Hello everyone and welcome back to the Super League here in Gather Racing, and I am excited for this one because we are in Monaco here, and yeah, it's going to be a good one. 50% race as always, 18-minute quali, and it's around Monaco, and it's going to be a test of how well the drivers can keep it on the track and not collide into the walls. And once again I'm joined by...
Well, I will say my name, but you forgot to do the thing.
The thing?
Said you're gonna do the thing.
Oh, the thing. I'll do it in the middle.
So unprepared. Anyways, I am CypherKnight77, and yes, as previously established, we are in the Côte d'Azur of Monaco. Principality? I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So yeah, it's a Principality of France, I believe. Yeah.
Yes.
But
so, Monaco, the place everyone hates if you're a controller user. So.
yeah, we'll have to see.
There?
We'll have to see how the drivers fares. Everyone now coming down. A really famous corner there, the Grand Hotel hairpin. Oh, Thunder almost losing it on the rear there as he comes now down towards the tunnel. And just run you through quickly while we're just starting the qualifying here of a few of the penalties and also the championship standings. So for this race, Don Rajib and Tim V have got LLP 2s from last race, which means they cannot enter the qualifying session until there are 5 minutes left. It's Jack's got an LLP 1, so he cannot enter the qualifying session until there's 10 minutes left. So Jack's can come on in about 6 minutes, and Don Rajib and Tim V will have to wait round about 10 minutes. Sorry, I mean, I did my maths wrong there. Jack's in about 6 minutes, yeah, and then Don Rajib and Tim V in about 10 minutes. But at the moment, I believe Thunder is the first car out on track at the moment to be leading. If I just go through quickly the championship standings, so Atom Grin way out ahead, as we all have seen across these first few races. 94 points. Play Duchy in second with 53 points. Toussaint in third with 41 points. Piero in fourth with 35 points. And Jojo Power is in fifth with 24 points. And then if you want to see the rest of the standings, they are over on the website. But that is the top 5 at the moment here in the Super League. And yeah, it's mainly just a battle between the AlphaTauris and the Mercedes we've got here, CypherKnight.
Indeed. Of course, there are a few other teams who look strong on certain days, namely the Haas's, sometimes the Red Bulls, and even at one point the Ferrari. So, and also the Racing Point. So basically, almost every other team has had chances to be up there. But yeah, like you said, a lot of this championship has been dominated by the AlphaTauris and the Mercedes drivers so far. So, will it continue today? I wonder. But yeah, Play Duchy is currently setting the pace on 110 flat. Pretty sure
someone
should be able to see.
There was a yellow flag. I think it was just someone getting out of the way, as it is a little bit difficult to sort of move over for the faster cars or the blue flag, so we might see a little bit of that impact some of the cars in the race. Monaco, usually all about track positions, so the qualifying in this race, in this session, is just going to be key for all of the drivers. They'll be wanting to get up there as high as they can here. As let's have a look and see where our championship leader is. Oh, he's just come through the final corner now. Through Anthony Noakes as he comes to the line. It only puts in a 22.7. He must have had a crash or something. As it looks like he's going for another lap here as he comes through Sainte-Avold up Beau Rivage, then through Massenet, as now he comes down through past the casino. So, oh, is he big tank slapper as he hit the wall there, and it looks like he's going to back out of that lap. Yeah, it looks like he just got caught on the bump there between Casino and Mirabeau there, and losing a bit of a wing there. Did Atom Grin as MQD now coming through the tunnel down towards the Nouvelle Chicane, turns 10 and 11. And if anybody actually tuned in for the live episode of the podcast, I had a bit of a quiz question on how many corners there were in Monaco. Cypher, how many corners are in Monaco?
You're really asking me that? I barely know the corner names around here.
Just take a wild guess. Oh, Dom Jeeves retired, but I think he's in the pit lane.
Yeah. It's not more than 20, right?
No,
Or is it
not more than 20.
Is it 19?
Yes,
Okay.
it is 19.
I
Let's have a look now.
remembered that.
MQD now up towards the casino as well. So he wants to be careful he doesn't get caught up by the same bump Tim Atengrim did before, as he comes now down towards Mirabeau, then down into the Grand Hotel Hairpin. Wants to rotate the car quite nicely, does so. Now through Mirabeau Bass. Now he's down towards Portier. God, I know too many corner names. Through the tunnel now. He'll come down towards the Nouvelle Chicane. Let's see what time MQD can do. There's a few more people on. I think behind him is Antelopen, also on a time at the moment. So he'll now go down towards Tubac. Right now, through the swimming pool section, down into Rascasse, keeping it nice and clean here. MQD, a little bit wide there through Rascasse, through the final two corners of Anthony Nogues, to the line. DRS Open, will he be able to improve? And he does. He goes up into 6th with a 1 minute 11.5. Antelopen, what will he do? A 1 minute 27.6. I'm sure he'll be wanting him to put a more respective time in than that. We've already lost one driver here, Cypher, and that's Dom Rajib. I think he retired in the pit lane.
Yeah. Dan Schneider, now he's on a lap. Obviously, he got that podium last week. He is on his out lap, currently sitting in 4th place.
The 3rd in the championship, Toussaint on his flying lap as well, as he's just coming past the casino now. Down towards Mirabeau there, so that his teammate gets out the way very nicely for him. As Play Dutchy also starting a lap here, he's quite close, as Play Dutchy's actually gone fastest in the first sector here, Cypher Knight. So Dutchy wanting to improve again on his time. Let's see, Toussaint 100th down on his time at the moment. Let's see if Dan Schneider's gone a 10th quicker in the first sector. It is the fastest in that first sector. As he comes down now round the Grand Hotel Hairpin, a little bit of a lock-up. And he's got Jetsy closely behind him. I believe Jetsy's a replacement again, as Joe now fastest in the first sector. And I just saw there, Cypher Knight. I believe Joe's on the controller, and he seemed to really struggle to go around that hairpin, as you were talking about earlier, about the controller really struggling on this track.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where if you are using a wheel, you are just in a lot more control of the car movements, especially. It's very, very high downforce. If not, you probably will need the most amount of downforce throughout the season here. So it's really imperative that you get that wheel turning, get the car angles properly turned in, because on a controller you can't really fix that kind of stuff too easily compared to a wheel. I speak from experience, someone who used the controller on this game.
Joe went 6th there, not bad actually on the controller. He did a 1 minute 11.0. Still a little bit off the pace from the top guys at the moment. Hello to everyone in the chat for joining us. Absolute 11, Ted, Woody, Jape, Scout Dan, Bates, Dazza, Conacetti, Peter in the chat. Hello. Tons of people in the chat today. Hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us here in the Monaco Grand Prix. And just in qualifying at the moment, 8 minutes left as Jax now is about to come out in his lap after he served his penalty. A little bit of a case with the wall there, nothing too much. Oh, Amgren's got no wing.
Oh, yeah, right. And his lap time's supposed to have been invalidated, so not looking too good for Adam so far, but he's still got plenty of time. Obviously, he has been no lower than the top 3 throughout qualifying this season thus far.
Jax now starting his lap. It's very tricky that actually coming out of that casino. There's just a bump Cypher there, and then the cars just seem to be just losing the rear end a little bit. Can we see we can ride on board with someone as we go through it? If you look at ride on board with Before You Die here, we'll have a quick look at it. It seems to be it's where Attengren lost the car before. So he comes up now up the hill towards Massenet. So come round now down the casino. It's this one here is the exit right there. That one there, just see the rear of the car just bounces up a little bit, and it just the drivers do seem to be losing it a little bit there. I've seen a few drivers catch a chunk of oversteer. As Jax now through Anthony Nogues, the final 2 corners to the line. What will he do?
Of course, that's why rear traction is so important around a lot of these slower speed corners. Definitely, if you get the power down a little too early, you definitely are at risk of spinning the car.
Yeah, definitely. I think the drivers run like almost like either 11-11 or 10-11 wings around here, which is crazy. But Woody in the chat. Gabba, sorry, cheers, Gav. I'm going to say, yeah, the person in P7 is Jojo Power, but I can't see them because Codemasters is still broken. Let's see who's on a lap at the moment. Well, Before You Die is 1.3 seconds up. He's gone 9th for 1 minute 11.4. And the big upset at the moment here, Cypher, Attengren, still only down in 12th at the moment.
Yeah, give him time, he's still got plenty of time. Well, 6 minutes, but with lap times of roughly 1:10 around here.
This could get very treacherous. If you've seen the traffic down at the port here, just on the entrance of the tunnel, there's quite a bit of traffic there. It seems to spread out nicely now, actually. There was a lot of...
by it's Jax. I think he was thinking about doing a run on the medium tires, but it looks like he's come back in.
I believe the tyre wear is really low around this track, so I think you can actually get away with a 1-stop quite easily. I think it's a softer medium, I believe, around this track on a 50%er. That's how nice this track is on the tyre wear, surprisingly, even though it's a street circuit. But right, Attengren now just giving a bit of space to the Renault in front of him, and now he's going to be leading now on his lap. See what he's able to do here. Comes up to the first corner, hooks it nicely, doesn't want to go too far over that curb, otherwise he will invalidate his lap. Now up through Beau Rivage. So he hooks it up nicely there. Round.
Section.
Oh, is he always clogged the wall? And Attengren again has got wing damage here, Cypher Knight.
And also Toussaint, his lap time is invalidated as well.
That's been him. It looks like he's going to go for another one. That's Attengren again losing his wing. It's not going to be good for him around this track. He needs that track position if he wants any form of any chance of winning this race. He seems to be just putting himself in a few mistakes at the moment. Jetsy on a just started lap. He's just come through the past the casino there, down to Mirabeau there. And a couple of questions going on in the chat. Yeah, this is the only league we've had so far this week. We do have the final race in the weekend league this weekend, so make sure you tune in on Sunday. We'll be crowning a new weekend league champion, as there are usually the 2 races on the same day, which is why that series is sometimes a little bit short. As
back in.
As Piero looks like he was on a lap, and he looks like he's just abandoned it there. Jetsy on a lap here. I don't think, yeah, he just seems to be cut across the corners there. I think he's back down to that one. Dan Schneider not able to improve at the moment. Jojo Power, he's not able to improve as well. Joe's 6 tenths down on his time. Maybe Tech is 5 tenths down on his time. The other McLaren, I believe, is Holland, Campion. But the names only disappears when the drivers leave and join back the lobby. I think that's when it happens, when they lag out. I think that's the issue.
Jetsy's time invalidated there. Tim, he's on his out lap. He's one of the people yet to set lap time. Rince in 16th, I believe, is subbing in for Mares in the Ferrari, usually.
Gav, is Rince Villeneuve, is he replacing Mares? I'm not sure. I'll find out. Gav will tell me. Just let me know, Gav, if that... because I believe Jetsy is replacing Shankster. I know that. And I think Rincey Nurse might be replacing Mahrez. Gavra, we have an imposter. Gavra, we've got an imposter. That person is apparently not a replacement for Mahrez. There is an imposter among us. No pun intended there from the game, but Holland here putting fastest in the first sector. Bit of a lock up there coming into the Grand Hotel hairpin. As he now comes down through the tunnel.
But with only 2 minutes left, Adam, he's probably gonna get just one attempt left. Maybe two, actually.
He doesn't want to do a Lewis Hamilton. What was it, 2018, where he left the lap until really late in the session. But then there was a yellow flag because I believe it was Stoffel Van Dorn who crashed at the end of the swimmer pool section. Yellow flag, had to bail out on his lap, which means he couldn't put in a lap. Can Attengren? His teammate gets out the way very nicely for him. Attengren up the hill now. Our championship leader, round through Massenet. Down through the casino again. Oh, almost tags the wall again. That was very close. Now down towards... Yeah, it did turn in a little bit too early there. Almost clobbered the wall again. Through the hotel hairpin. Hooks it up nicely. Now through Mirabeau Bass. Now down to Portier. So take that nicely through the tunnel. As he comes down towards turns 10 and 11. The Nouvelle chicane. Well, probably the best place to overtake on this track, to be fair. The Nouvelle chicane, as he gets it done there, as he comes down through the difficult high-speed corner of Tabac, through the swimmer pole section, two sweeping left and right-handers. Now once again, sweeping left and right-handers again as he'll come up now towards Las Rascas. Hasn't invalidated his lap yet. He has got a Red Bull in front of him. So he'll come through the final two corners, 18 and 19 of Anthony Nugs to the line. Will Attengren put it on pole? Oh, and he only goes 7th. Only 7th for Attengren, and our championship leader's all the way down in 7th at the moment. His closest championship rival, Play Duchy, is at the top of the moment in pole position.
Oh, but he has the Williams right in front of him. Is that Jetsy's car?
Don't know, but that Williams has really impacted him. Slap there. Yeah, that Williams getting completely in the way. Don't think it was big. I don't think he could do anything though. It was an AI, I believe. So coming towards the end of this session now, will anybody be able to improve? Joe to the line. He can't improve. MQD starting his lap as well. Attengren, apparently he's 3 tenths up on his time with the wing damage, which is interesting. Jax also on a lap at the moment as he comes down through the Nouvelle chicane. Oh, Duchy there has retired the car. His teammate Piero coming round as well. Jack's 4 tenths up. Jack's gone fastest in the middle sector, Siphonite.
And Adam has called it in. Can Jax get pole for the 2nd time this season?
Oh, he has!
The 1:93.
1 minute 9. Yeah, 1 minute 9.3 from Jackson. He will start on the front row of the grid unless Piero can do something about it. I don't think Piero can. Can MQD do anything? No, MQD's really far down on his time as well. Tekers, I don't think yet. Tekers is also invalidated. So it will be Jax on pole, Duchy in 2nd, Piero in 3rd, and Dan Schneider in 4th there.
Yes, both the Alphas splitting the racing points there in 1st and 4th. Toussaint actually being the highest qualifying Merc in 5th place. By Jetsy, Adam in 7th, MQD, Joe, and Jojo Power. Both the Red Bulls just qualifying outside the top 10. So they will get free choice of tires. Yes, very interesting.
is the final grid then. Yeah, not very good for the Mercedes team for this one, but it is Jax on pole, Dutchy in second, Pierre in third, Dan Schneider in fourth, Toussaint in fifth, Jetsy in sixth, Amgren in seventh, MQD in eighth, Joe in ninth, Jojo Power in 10th, Tim V in 11th, Before You Die in 12th, Antelope in 13th, Thunder in 14th, Holland Campion in 15th, AB Techers in 16th, The Imposter, I don't know who he is, in 17th, and Dom Rashid there, down at the back of the grid there in 18th place.
It's quite rude to call him an imposter. I'm sure there's some explanation.
Apparently someone might have invited him. So here we are then, getting ready for the Monaco Grand Prix. Will we see rain? Oh, if there was rain.
Still didn't do a thing.
It's not ready, it's not time yet. We've got to wait until they're on the formation lap.
Okay, fine.
I can't even remember what I've got to say anyway. No, wait. No, I do. Do I? Yes? No? I'll try. Got to wait until 20 seconds. Everyone in the chat saying good luck. It's going to be a good race. Well, we'll find out. It's definitely going to be a hectic one. Not sure there'll be much overtaking, but I can imagine there may be a few crashes and a few incidents.
Yes.
Sure, it feels weird. It's going to be weird. I don't want to do it. And here we are. It is the Monaco Grand Prix.
You didn't do it right.
No, I didn't.
Let me find it. It's race time! It's the Monaco Grand Prix. There, that's how.
There we go. That's what we needed. Let me try. It's race time, and it's the Monaco Grand Prix. And we are ready now for the drivers to come round on their formation lap. Here are some track stats. Length, 3.337 kilometers or 2.074 miles, 19 corners, 1 DRS straight in this one. There it is, a soft to medium strategy. 11 laps will be for when they 11 laps on the softs, and then they will come in and take the mediums to the end of this race. 19 corners. And, yeah, the track is a street circuit, as you already tell, integrated into the lovely. It's a province, isn't it? But it's a city, isn't it? Or town. Anyway, I'll say the lovely seaside province of Monaco, as we just saw there.
Amgren has left the session.
Oh, Amgren has. Oh, Toussaint left. Oh, we might be having a new lobby.
Well,
I feel like there may be a new lobby in order. Yeah, it does seem to be very cloudy. Are we having a Gav? So I don't know what's going on.
yeah, it seems like they are.
Yeah, it looks like we've got a new lobby, maybe. Yeah, we do. I think. Do we? No, we don't. Well, not yet, but we will. Let's leave this quickly before any carnage happens. Okay, yeah. So we're doing a new lobby.
I was gonna say, well, someone clearly messed up.
We should just do. I think it'll just be a custom grid.
Do they even remember where they qualified in?
Should do. Someone might have screenshot it. Yes, it's a custom grid. Someone said red flag. Red flag the session.
Well, wouldn't be Monaco without a red flag, I guess.
No, it wouldn't be, to be fair. But while we're waiting, might as well fill in quick plug. So if you haven't already, go subscribe over to the Gavin Racing YouTube channel. Slowly but surely growing. As we all know, we just passed the 1,000 mark very recently. So if you haven't already, and you're new here, go over and subscribe to the Gavin Racing YouTube channel. And if you want to subscribe to our Twitch as well, if you have Twitch Prime, you can pop subs over to our Twitch channel. What else? I believe, Gav, do you want me to tell them? Oh no, because registrations aren't open yet. No, it's fine. Ignore me. It's gonna plug a potential new style of league coming, but it's not. The registrations aren't open yet. Anyway, we have a 20-minute Instagram as well. You can donate to our Patreon. I mean, I could do, couldn't I? Yeah, anything else? Not really. But no, we're always interested in trying things new here on Gavras, so keep your eyes and ears open, because there'll always be something new.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep, make sure to spectate too.
Oh yes, sorry, I need to join, that's what I need to do.
Still here. Are you sure he's not supposed to be in this?
Well, according to the boss man, he's not supposed to be.
Well, communication has never exactly been one of our strongest suits. But point being, you know, maybe someone's last minute replacement.
Could you send me an invite back, please? Stupid game.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, we need that. We need like a technical difficulties like thing to pop up. Don't go over 10 seconds, otherwise you'll get copyrighted.
Does it count if we're singing it by memory though? Well, I'm pretty sure someone will find a way. Someone will find a way.
When I get my computer working with the stream on, because I'll be doing that very soon for all the streams. So I might put, if we ever have technical difficulties, I might make a little technical difficulties thing to put over the top. Who is this guy?
Who is this man?
He hasn't left. He hasn't left yet. Hang on, let's... Oh, guys, he's gone. He's gone. Quick. Tim, Techers, get in a car. We must make haste. Just waiting for Atmgren and AB Techers to get in a car. No, Woody, we've already gathered that he is not a replacement. If he was a replacement, we wouldn't have restarted.
Things tend to get lost in translation around here.
I think we should be able to begin now. If everyone's here, should be a custom. Yeah, there's going to be a custom grid, and we can begin.
If they even remember where they qualified.
I think everyone in the top 10 qualified on the softs anyway, didn't they? So. Yep. So.
That might be a small contradiction. They won't be starting on qualifying tires.
Yeah. It happens though.
I mean, Monaco's usually a one-stop anyways.
Here we go, back again in the lovely Monaco. Oh, I forgot to plug the podcast. If you want to tune in for the podcast, it should be online very, very soon. Make sure you tune in. Podcast usually every weekend. If you want to be a special guest on the podcast, just message either me, Natty, or Toussaint, and we will get you on as soon as possible in the next episode. But yeah, we're always looking for questions as well. There is a Q&A chat on the Discord, which no one ever seems to use anymore, which is quite sad. But if you've got any questions, or you want to ask any questions about, if you want to ask any questions about me, Natty, or Toussaint, go over to the Q&A chat in the Discord, or pop us a message privately. You can pop me a message on Twitter, our Gavin Racing Twitter or Instagram, or on our Discords. But yeah, back in Monaco once again. What are your predictions here, Syphonet?
I don't know. Honestly, after last race, I'm gonna hold my breath a little bit.
Okay, well, you won't be able to hold your breath for too long because you'll be doing the start of the race. So.
Yes, I know. I was gonna say, probably don't get too many questions because you do a good job of answering everyone's questions.
Oh well, thank you. Thanks for that. I mean, we do answer quite a lot of questions, to be fair. Like without people asking them. I think everyone burnt out all the questions anyway, to be honest. Like the first few episodes, we got like tons of questions in, and then suddenly there was just none. And I think everyone was like, "Oh, we've already asked all of our questions now." So that should be, is the grid correct?
Yeah. Maybe you should start asking questions about different games then.
There we go. Country Mush in the chat saying how many will finish. Well, if you do the maths right, if you do the maths right, so we had a Monaco 100% race. I believe there was 18 people in that special event, right?
When did this happen?
Did you not watch the Monaco 100% special race?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
If you go back in the YouTube channel, me and Toussaint commentated on a 100% race. It's like a special event around Monaco. I can't exactly remember what it was for. What was it for again? I honestly cannot remember what the special event was for. Anyway, so we started with about 18 people, I believe, and I think we ended with about 6 or 7. So if the maths is right, if this is a 50% race, if you halve the amount of retirements that we had, we should maybe have around 10 or 11 people left.
I don't think that's how that math works.
No, I don't think that's how it works, but we'll go with it.
Especially considering that we only had 11 after Spain.
It's very true, actually. Absolute 11 saying, my guess is that everyone who will finish will get points. Ooh. Well, hang on. No, that's just anyway. Anyone who finishes get points, apart from if you're outside the top 10.
Well, we'll figure it out eventually.
Anyway, yeah. Right, this is your time now. Syphonet, your time to shine. Your time to commentate. Ooh, interesting from the guys outside of the top 10 quickly though, Syphonet. Holland going for the soft, sorry. Tekker's on the hards, and from 14th to 11th are on the mediums. Everybody else inside the top 10's on the softs, but I'll let you carry on.
We go to 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, and they're off, and I believe Play Dutchy actually gets a really good jump on Jack's right beside him. They go side by side into turn 1, and it looks like everyone gets through relatively cleanly. Yes, they do.
It looked like actually. Oh, is someone? Sorry, there was someone going wheel to wheel. That's a Racing Point and at Williams. Oh, hang on. There's a Haas, and I believe it's Haas and a McLaren going wheel to wheel. There's a Haas and a Red Bull wheel to wheel as well. There's Joe trying to go down the inside of the Haas there, and there's a Haas in front of him, and he's just in a bit of a tight situation at the moment. Joe's actually lost a bit of wing damage, and Tim V managing to get past MQD there. A bit of a tricky situation there already, Cypher, but it was a really good clean start, wasn't it? Is he here? Have we lost him? Cypher? Virtual safety car. I can't hear him. Cypher. Oh, we've lost. Okay, we've lost Cypher. That's fine. Well, we'll carry on as normal. He should be able to join back. I think he's just had a bit of an internet issue. But very clean off of the start there. It was really unfortunate for Joe, actually, as he looks like he just got sandwiched between the two Haas drivers as he comes into the pits to fix that wing damage. Might go to a set of hards, try and take them to the end of the race, or will he try a set of mediums? Let's see what he goes for. Looks like a mediums to the end of the race. A couple of people in because of wing damage. Looks like Hollander as well having to wait behind his teammate for the wing damage, and it's Jax leading off at the moment. It's Piero, Play Dutchy and Piero behind, Toussaint behind them. Then it's Dan Schneider, Jetsy trying to go down for the round the outside of Toussaint there. Atom Grin into Mirabos. Into the back of the Williams there at the Grand Hotel Hairpin. You okay, Cypher? Did we had some connection issues?
Yeah, that was my bad. I was fine. I didn't get back in eventually, so don't worry about me. But the last thing I remember is that one of the Mercs picked up wing damage.
I believe so. No, actually, I don't. Didn't any of the Mercs have? No, I don't think any of the Mercs have wing damage. I believe it was both McLarens and both Red Bulls picked up wing damage. Oh, someone's lost it. Who's that into the wall? Oh, it's Tim. It's Tim V. He's in the runoff at the exit of Mirabel. Just in the middle of Mirabel, sorry. Piero putting in the fastest lap there. Jetsy into the pits as he got wing damage. Not too sure. Maybe it's an early pit stop. It might just be wing damage for him. Yeah, it is. They're preparing a wing for him. So Jetsy into the pits. Is everything okay now with the internet? Are you able to continue?
I'll be there in a minute. Just went to go get a bathroom break, I guess.
Okay. As Play Dutchy, it's actually all over the back of it's Jax at the moment, trying to see if he can just find a way around him. It's going to be difficult on this track, as we know. Overtaking is a real chore around this track, but the drivers at the back who've picked up early wing damage, they're going to be just wanting to keep it clean now. See if they can just wait for the drivers ahead to be forced into a mistake. And at the moment, no overtaking at the moment. The two Haas's very close to each other. MQD and Giorgio Power put a bit of a sandwich move early on one of the McLarens, and it was Joe that was kind of caught up in a bit of a battle there at the moment, as both of them flying through the swim pool section. Now down towards, oh, someone's lost wing damage. Oh, it's Tim. It's Amgren again. Wing damage. It's got front right end plate damage. It's Toussaint now up the hill. He's trying to gain down on Piero ahead. Seeing if he's able to get the move done. Maybe try and take the move to Piero. He just can't seem to get the move done there. Won't try it into the hotel hairpins. Very difficult section. Oh, someone's lost it at the back. There's Jetsy retiring in the pit lane, I believe. Before you die, picking up a penalty. Both Red Bulls getting a little bit caught up with each other. Both got wing damage at the back there. And already they're coming around to be lapped as the front runners are getting even closer to them already. So we've already got one retirement out of this race, 4 laps in, but it's been pretty clean so far. No collisions, not many collisions between everyone. It just seems to be like everyone just forcing themselves into a little bit of mistakes, just colliding to the walls, as we suspected, as that would happen. It's the front runners now quite close to each other. The two Haas's really close to each other as well. MQD and Georgia Power. Cypher, are you ready yet?
I mean, I can see the broadcast, but actually getting back in is a bit of a challenge. Unless you were able to, like, invite...
Oh, hang on, wait. I should be able to. Oh, the two Haas's are getting very close to each other. As my game has just completely just malfunctioned. Hang on, bear with me. Sorry about this, guys. You also might want to turn your mic up a little, move it closer to your mouth because you're a little bit quiet now.
Alright, I'm coming back.
There we go. Have you got? Did you get an invite from me?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Right, you should be in now. But if I just put you really with the action here, so we've got a Red Bull running slowly. That's Tim V in the tunnel. He's just moved out the way to allow all of the. He's just moved out the way to allow all of the lap cars to go past. Already been lapped in this race. Big damage for him. It's Jack still leading. Dutchy in second. Piero quite far behind him in third. And it's Toussaint in fourth. Dan Schneider closely behind him in fifth. Attengren in sixth. Then MQD and Jojo Power closing on those two as well. It looks like we've got a little bit of traffic here.
And I've returned.
Welcome back. Is someone in the who's got quite a few people in for pit stops. Someone in the comments saying, "Will Tim V also retiring now as well?" Someone in the comments saying, "Will we see Renault get their first points of the season here? Maybe we might have to wait and see." As Thunder into the pits, I believe he's is that a wing change and a penalty
yeah,
serving?
A wing change and a penalty actually. So that put Tekkers into 11th place. So yeah, when Renault will get their first points, this would be the track to do it if things are in their favor.
As Joe back up into the points positions now after he had that wing damage before. Just wants to keep it clean around the track. Holland actually managed to get past Thunder out of the pit, and Thunder came in for a pit stop. Both McLarens will be looking to try and bag some points. Hasn't been the best at the moment. Joe managing to get a point, and at the moment is Jojo very close behind his teammate. Will he look to the inside of Anthony Noakes? Can't get the pass done. His teammate MQD really struggling now. Jojo will have the DRS. Will we see our first overtake in the Monaco Grand Prix? It's Jojo Power around the outside and finally siphoning an overtake here in this race.
I really think Adam has a bit of damage considering. I mean, just from memory alone.
Yeah, he picked up a little bit of damage beforehand. I believe when you were out disconnecting, he picked up a bit of wing damage. I believe he's got front right. Yes, he does front right end plate damage. MQD also has front left end plate damage. Oh no, MQD hasn't got any damage at all. Who is it that had damage here? Maybe it's Jojo. I'm not sure.
The Renaults.
Looks like Thunder as he's just coming out of the pit lane. Looks like cold tyres. He's going to come back into the pits again for another wing change. It's going to allow Holland now to get past. And as I was saying before, the McLarens want to.
Jojo has hit the wall. I think he has damage now.
No visible damage from what I can see, but he's big lockup from both drivers.
Both of these guys locking up really badly throughout most of these turns. As Adam gets a really bad run through turn 1, although Jojo nowhere to go.
It's Jojo not going to try it through the inside of Mirabeau. Will he try it down into Mirabeau? Sorry, that was Marcinet. Down into Mirabeau. Won't try it here. Sometimes drivers do like to send it down the inside into that corner. He's just going to get as close as he can behind Attengren through the Grand Hotel hairpin. Attengren's going to be struggling a little bit with that wing damage through there. He's going to just be struggling a lot, as we can already see through here. Will this be a chance now for Jojo Power to make an overtake here? He might try it. Can he get close enough? And it just looks like the dirty air siphon. It's just not allowing anyone to make any form of an overtake.
I mean, this is Monaco, the place where very few overtakes happen, if any at all.
I personally think there should be a DRS zone in that tunnel.
Oh, Jojo! Now he really hit the wall that time.
Yeah, he did. I think there is end plate damage to his car. Doesn't come into the pit this time. Dan Schneider into the pits, wing change. I'm going to be saying that a lot throughout this race. As he comes in for a fresh wing. And that's just taking the pressure off of Toussaint a little bit. Just allowing Toussaint to actually put the pressure now on Piero. And already we've just got a bit of a...
Jojo's really...
Karen.
He's actually holding up his teammate now with how much he's struggling.
I believe I think it's Antelope and NQD behind. It's almost like a chain reaction around that hairpin. When one car slows down, the next one does, the next one, but it seems to be like one car really slows down and everyone almost goes shunting into the back of each other, which isn't great. But he'll come through at the Nouvelle chicane.
Oh no, Jojo has hit the curb with the rear side of his tire.
Almost got in the way of the Renault there. Holland managing to get past AB Techers. So actually AB's caught up in a bit of a battle here, because Before You Die is 2 laps down on Techers. I think Before You Die's just unlapped himself actually.
Yeah. And that is Joe, so that is a spot for 10th as Jojo just comes in for a switch.
Jojo into the pits, wing change once again for another driver onto the set of hards, interestingly. Trying to go to the end of the race on those.
Now, Antelope trying to catch up. MQD will actually be the next to put the pressure on Adam. As someone else broke in their wing because there's debris in Sector 2.
I feel like we're going to see a lot of broken wings around the place on this track, as we've already seen a bunch of wing changes. It's a really close battle at the moment up front, Cypherknight, between the leader, Jax, and Dutchy. This could get a little bit interesting that with the lapped Renault. Manages to move out the way really nicely though. I just don't think Dutchy's managing to find anywhere to make a move at the moment.
Oh, MQD decides to come in for the undercut.
I believe so, yeah. Looking to come in here to the pits. Is it a no wing change, as he said, just the undercut? It's in for a set of mediums, and away he goes. Should be able to get to the end of the race on those. The mediums can go.
Get ahead of him.
Mediums can go very, very far in this race. Joe, though, I'm not sure whether he will be able to. There's just a bit of Renault wing there up the hill on the right-hand side. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Oh, it's just the Renault getting out of the way again of the front runners. As someone's saying, Tiger, Woody, I know how to do my job, thank you. The only reason why I'm not looking at the battle for P1 is I know there's not going to be an overtake, because you can't overtake on this track. There's now Play Dutchy into the pit.
Dutchy's pit. Well, this might be where the overtake happens.
It might be. It's Jax now. It's going to gain a big lead now as Piero's going to go past his teammate who's just gone into the pit lane. Toussaint also pitting early as well. Looks like he's reacted to Dutchy maybe. Attengrin into the pits. I believe is he going to come in for a wing change? Yes, he is. They weren't ready for him though.
Double stack, yeah. And classic Mercedes bottling it at Monaco. I mean, wait, what? Techers also in the pits.
Maybe Techers into the pit lane as well. Fresh wings, just slowing down a little bit there, letting the glapped cars go past him there. Very nicely done, getting out of the way.
Dan now is getting held up by Before You, and there's almost contact there. So just narrowly gets out of the way.
It's Red Bull again, really in the way there.
Yeah, there's really only a few key places on this track where you can allow faster cars through.
Yeah,
but it's Jax now responding on the next lap.
Piero also responding to him as well. Jax in set of mediums as we would expect. Piero in mediums as well.
Dutchy might actually get him here.
Let's have a look and see. Will Dutchy be able to get... Dutchy has got him! So Play Dutchy managing to get the undercut working here on Jax. Jax is going to come out ahead of Antelope. Toussaint actually got the jump on Piero. So the undercut working Undercut powerful here off for Play Duchy and Toussaint. Remember, Antelopen still has to pit. This could put Toussaint up into a podium position. And I have to say, Cypher, even though there's not been much overtaken, there's been a lot of wing damage, not many penalties being given out at all to any of the drivers. Oh, as I say that, Grin gets a 3-second time penalty. Well, of course.
I was going to say, this track is actually quite kind when it comes to strict corner cutting. For obvious reasons. But, yeah. But right now, Toussaint is just behind Antelopen, who might be coming in a little bit later. So if he holds him up, Piero could actually challenge him for what would be third.
Would be, but it is very, as we've already said quite a few times, it is very difficult to overtake around this track. But I don't know what's happened. But Adam Grin's had a shocking race at the moment.
Sometimes the hardest driver to beat is yourself sometimes, and this might be one of those situations.
He's keeping it clean though at the moment, just doesn't seem to be keeping it as clean as he wants to at the moment. Toussaint now trying to find his way past a slow car of Attengrin. If Toussaint can actually get past Antelopen here, Cypher Knight could almost use him to really slow down Piero and gain a gap on Piero.
Well, right now it seems Antelopen's slowing both of them down as they nearly all three collided with each other in the hairpin turn.
Could we see an overtake?
This allows Dan to catch up too. He's just about a second behind that group.
Toussaint just can't go for the move there. God, I really want an overtake, please. We've already seen one so far.
Holland overtaking Jojo in the pit, so he's in the top 10 now.
Holland back up into the points. Both of the McLaren drivers back up now.
Jojo had to pit a second time there for some reason.
Jack's just putting the fastest time actually on the mediums, beating Play Duchy's time. Oh, we're going to see an overtake. Here it comes! Toussaint down the inside, and yes, finally we have an overtake.
There's a second overtake.
Oh, is it going to be Piero and Antelopen wheel to wheel up the hill, and Antelopen just giving the position to Piero in the end, and both cars managing to get past quite easily there on Antelopen. I think Antelopen just went a little bit easy as he knew it was the slower car there.
But now Piero's really all over the back of Toussaint here. He might be just a little bit faster.
Also got
AlphaTauris seemingly have the better pace around here.
Also got the recent point of Dan Schneider, really close up behind Antelopen now. And Antelopen still does need to make a pit stop, but he can go very far into this race, so it won't be any time soon yet until he's making that pit stop. Be probably around about 11 laps before the end, 11 or 12 laps. Piero picks up a 3-second time penalty. That could be big in the battle at the end of this race.
Just a little bit of track extending in the swimming pool section as Adam actually passes MQD there. So there's
MQD had a crash. Oh, MQD's got wing damage.
Yeah, needs to be very careful. He almost took off his tire.
Almost did that. That could have been MQD out of this race. But with surprisingly only a virtual safety car at the moment, from what we have seen. Has MQD into the pits, Thunder into the pits again for another wing change. It's not looking too great at the moment for those points for the Renault team, as Tech has now managed to get back past his teammate. Where will MQD come out? So there goes the Renault of Thunder. MQD is here now. Oh wait, no, there's going to be an overtake. Dan Schneider is going to go round the outside through the tunnel, and he manages in the end to get the pass done on Antelopen.
Oh, Jojo and MQD coming out side by side. So, continuing the battle between the two Haas drivers for 9th and 10th. But I think they're going to run out of tires not before too long.
I know, if they come in for too many wing changes, they can actually... We saw that in that 100% race, Cypher Knight, actually. there was that many wing changes from everyone that people started running out of tires. So they had to run round with like used tires. It's not a great race, that one, but let's have a look and see who's been some of the biggest gainers here. Antle open up 7th places. Remember, he does still have to make a pit stop. Toussaint up 2 places. He's done really well, actually. 5th to 3rd. Dutchy managing to get up into 1st. Holland up into 11th now.
Oh, MQD has almost spun it. Oh, no, he has. He spun it. Oh, and the other Haas of Jojo was also in the wall there.
Did they have a collision, maybe?
Careful, here comes the leader. Play Dutchy.
Be careful, there goes past.
He's in a very dangerous position.
Yeah, he is. He's right on the right on the apex of Raskas. So he's managing in the end to just pull the car into the pit lane out of the way.
Virtual safety car though.
Oh, so. Jax is in the pits for a wing change. The Toussaint will go up into 2nd place and Pierre will take 3rd. What happened to Jax?
As well. Behind Antelopen.
I'm not sure what happened to Jax there, but Jax is coming for a wing change. He's on fresh mediums. MQD leaves.
MQD's out.
MQD out of this race now.
Yeah, that's another spot for Thunder, Techers, and Before You. But yeah, I'm not either. Oh, well, he served a penalty too, so he must have had his reasons.
It's come to that point in the race time tonight where there's not really much happening, to be honest.
Well, it's Monaco. What did anyone really expect unless someone messes up?
Late on the brinks there from Pierre, a large lockup. He's really starting to gain now on Toussaint. Let's ride on board with the leader playing Dutchy at the moment. There's Jojo into the pits as well. Jojo's going to get lapped. He's in 9th position and he's been lapped by the leader. That's how crazy this race is. It's Dutchy now through the first corner. He's going to come up the hill now towards Massenet. Let's see if he keeps it nice and clean here. Let's have a look at a lap from the leader through the casino. There's not really much else to do at the moment. He'll come down towards Mirabeau. Very nicely there. He's going to hook it round the Hotel Hairpin now through Mirabeau Bass. Down towards Portier. Now through the tunnel.
And Piero. Sorry.
Oh, they are very close. Oh, look, there's a lap car between them though. I mean, in front of them, sorry, it is AB Techers. In front, oh, Toussaint manages to get past out. Techers moving out of the way though very nicely. That actually allowed Toussaint to get a really good launch there. Anyway, moving on to Dutchy through the Nouvelle Chicane, now through to back. Flying through the simple section once he gets close to the wall as he can there, run over that curb.
Jax.
It's all Jax, yeah, around the outside, he's going to take it to the inside, and he gets the move done, and that's another overtake, yippee.
Oh, yellow flags, is that? Oh, that's just the Red Bull getting out of the way for Holland. Which, speaking of, Adam has actually caught up to Joe.
He has actually, yeah.
About 7th place.
As Jojo's right up behind Antelope, so Jojo's actually trying to unlap himself. And so, as he said, Atengrin getting now close up behind Joe. Did Joe pick up some wing damage there? Oh no wing damage for him at the moment. Antelope's still yet to make a pit stop. I'm not sure where he would come out behind Atengrin, I believe. Jojo though, it's like a minute down, so it's not gonna come out behind Jojo at the moment.
Adam closing in to Joe. He could make a move not too long from now as Joe locks up just a bit, has to keep it from going right into the wall.
Another lock up again from Joe. Oh, yeah, I think once again, I think just Joe's struggling a little bit on that controller. I can't remember. Don't know whether Atengrin's using his wheel or controller because he's in that transition phase of moving from the controller to the wheel. As I'm not sure which one he's using. It's going to be Atengrin on the inside and Joe just shutting that door in his face through the Nouvelle Chicane.
Maybe that's why Adam is struggling if he is on a controller, but I can't tell. I'd want to say it looks like controller, but I'm not sure. As Antilopin comes into the pits, Joe actually comes to the pits as well. So Joe making his first stop of the race, I believe, or no, second.
Yeah, so Joe into the pits now. I think he was looking for a 2-stop anyway, actually, to be honest, because he went to those mediums, and then he's gone back onto the mediums again. So he was going to take those to the end of the race now. He's going to be nice and quick here. Might be able to catch up to Antilopin, who's 11 seconds ahead of him, who's on fresh hards, which is interesting. Antilopin going to the hards. I thought he would have gone late. I thought he would have gone later in this race and gone to the mediums, maybe, and the softs, maybe, but interestingly gone to the hard compound tyre. And now aside from that, you can put your feet up, mate, and relax, because there's no one within a second of each other, so this is where we just sit and do nothing.
Well, aren't you just the pinnacle of commentary?
Professionalism at its finest.
Yes. Also, Adam, he's still on charge. It might not, it's a bit faint, but he's still trying everything he's got. So who knows what can happen.
What's crazy to think is, right, and that's just happened there. Attenborough is just in 6th place, and he has just lapped a car in 10th. Like, that's how big the gap is between him and 9th. Like, that's crazy, because Joe just 41 seconds behind Joe. Yeah, that's crazy, actually.
Ooh,
oh, wait, we could see a bit of a battle forming. Piero getting close to Toussaint.
Yeah, that was the Renault there. I think of Thunder, who had... Yeah, he has wing damage again. Gets out of the way of the 2 racing points. See, that's a battle for 4th and 5th. And yeah, Dan using the team orders there to let Jax go through. Oh, we have a Haas around. Is that Jojo? It is Jojo.
Another Haas round? Oh yes, he's coming into the pits.
It's the only Haas.
The only Haas in the race, yeah. I'm just going to dive out.
Their strategy of putting 2 Haas's in this race isn't working out this time. As Holland moves up into 9th place.
It's just a chesty cough, it's not a COVID cough. Oh, God. Sorry about that. Is that Joe? It's Joe just lapped a car in 10th. That's crazy, you know. Wait, where's Holland?
Holland's in the hairpin.
Oh, Joe could lap his own teammate here. Potentially. Yeah, we'll take a few laps, but that's kind of the only exciting thing we've got on at the moment. Gavra, this is just an example once again of why Monaco doesn't really suit league racing.
Man, it's a test. It's like
I mean,
every race before this has been a group project, but this is actually a test.
Yeah, to be honest though, actually, right?
Oh no, Jojo has hit the wall again.
He's hit the wall again! Oh, he's big crash! Excitement! It says a virtual safety car. What a crash!
That's a virtual safety car? Okay.
That should have been a full safety car. Should really be a red flag, actually. There's a piece of wing on the Oh, it's gone now.
You know what this means now?
Does this mean that a Renault is going to get points?
Well, let's not jump to conclusions.
Yeah, that's not yet. No. We've done that many times before.
In this race.
What an accident! As far as all 28 people are still here, but that's what you've been waiting for. That crash.
Virtual safety car is over now. So yes, both Haas now out of the race.
As I was saying before there was a crash, it's a good idea because I like it how the Super League have been the only league this week who hasn't have the break week. Oh, and there's a Renault round of Thunder at the Nouvelle Chicane, but I like it how the Super League, because they're supposed to be like, you know, top league, you know, fastest drivers, you know. So it's really putting these guys to the test, firstly, with not having a break week, and secondly, putting them on probably the hardest track in the entire calendar.
If not for Hanoi, but, you know.
Yeah. You know, I'd say Hanoi's easier than this. You're less likely to lose your wing on Hanoi than you are on this track. Okay, put in the comments, what do you think? Is Hanoi hard? Singapore is hard? No, Absolute 11, I disagree. Singapore's a lot easier. And what do you guys think in the comments? Hanoi easier or Monaco easier? Or do you think there's a track harder than them?
Put all three of them in an order of the easiest to hardest.
Yeah, so do Singapore. Okay, no, wait. Do Baku, Hanoi, Singapore, and Monaco. Put them in an order of 4.
I wouldn't say Baku's that difficult anymore.
It is quite easy to lose your wing, though.
Honestly, I find it easier to lose your wing in Singapore than Baku.
RCA. Okay, so RCA. People saying Hanoi easier. Someone's saying Sector 1 is harder in Hanoi than it is in Monaco. I can probably agree on that, actually.
Sector 1? That's just the long turn in the straight. It's not that difficult.
But I don't know. But I find Hanoi easier. Someone's saying, yeah, Daz is saying Monaco harder, yeah. It looks like mostly everyone's in agreement here that Monaco is the harder track. Then, oh, hang on. We might have a bit of a battle here, Cypher Knight. Look, if you just take a look up to second and third, we've got...
They've been like that like the past third of the race.
Yeah, pretty much. The gap got down to about 3 tenths. I got a little bit excited.
Well,
and
actually, Jax is just right there, so...
Yeah, Jax is actually gaining because Piero's actually stuck behind Toussaint. So what it's just allowing is, it is just allowing Jax to gain on this little battle here for the podium positions. But Jax came in with that wing damage before and served the penalty. Ah, thanks, Gav. Nice one. Gav's put a poll in the chat of those 4 tracks action, which one was harder. Cheers, Gav. I like that. That's good. That's good initiative. That's the word.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying, Absolute 11 in the chat was saying that he finds Singapore harder. Now, I find Singapore quite easy. I think Singapore's one of my favourite tracks. But as
you could like a track and still think it's difficult. Like, I like this track, but I still think Singapore is a bit more difficult.
Yeah, I think Singapore's nice. Like easier than this. That's my see. I think it's just personal opinion, really, on tracks. But it looks like at the moment the vote, Monaco seems to be the favoured. 62% of people saying Monaco's the hardest track.
Well, then those people must race on controllers, as Dan is in the pits.
But most exciting part of the race so far, Dan Schneider into the pits. Wing change? Nope, just a fresh set of soft tyres. Will he maybe be going for fastest lap here, Cypher?
I don't see why he wouldn't do that. He's on soft, although he's got Adam just there. They'll come out just in front of the Merc. Oh, and Antelope and Joe and Holland are all right next to each other.
They are actually, but remember Holland is a lap down.
Yeah, but Joe is still on the back of him.
Yeah, it looks like, to be fair, it looks like Holland's backing off a little bit. He seems to be dropping back a little bit now, as Joe is going to try and find his way past Antelope, and if he can, if we just take our eyes up to the 3-way battle we've got up at the front at the moment between Toussaint, Piero and Jax. We've still got 10 more laps in this race.
Yeah, it's one of those races that just doesn't end. someone who has attempted pro career mode around here, it just kind of doesn't end.
No, I didn't. I did it in my team, with my team car the first season. Especially since I was on controller, it was just awful. Slow car.
The Renaults have actually overtaken each other, so now Thunder's in the 10th.
Oh, has Joe managed to get past Antelopin somehow? It's another overtake! Yay! Woo! Oh, it's Jax getting past Piero down the tunnel. It's Jax going to get past him and keep the position he does, and it's another overtake! Yay!
Oh, and we got yellow flags. Is that
Renault
Thunder? Oh, and both.
It's both Renaults. They can't bottle it now. They've just got into the points. Will it be? It's going to be Tekkas now who is going to get the point.
I guess we didn't think about which Renault was actually going to get it.
It looked like the Renaults are both battling to see who can get their first point of the season. As Holland is a lap down now. As Piero's into the pits. Piero got damage. No, he's coming for a fresh set of softs. Interesting there from Piero. Where's Dan Schneider?
Yeah,
okay, so
went purple.
Yeah, Piero's going to come out ahead of Dan Schneider.
Just barely, though.
But now he's got Jax to deal with as well. 9 laps to go in this race. Playducci just dominant leader at the moment throughout this entire race. Did have to have a little bit of a battle at the start though with Jax, but in the end Jax made the mistake, got the wing damage. Now it has allowed Duchy to keep the lead at the moment. Toussaint behind him in second. As Black Country in the chat saying Jax has fresher tyres. He does actually, that's a very true point. That is why Jax is so close up behind Toussaint at the moment. Jax now, will he try it? He might try it into the first corner here.
Tekker's into the pits, soft tyres go on for him.
Oh, not an overtake there for Jax though. Now will Thunder get back past his teammate? I think they will. It's going to be... It's going to be Thunder to go back past his Renault teammate to take the point for the team. Wait, what's... I thought Thunder was blocking the pit exit there. But no, he was just moving out the way for the racing point of Dan Schneider. Thunder's actually slowed down that much. He's now got AB Tekkas close by. Wait,
Team orders.
It looks like, yeah, team orders there as Tekkas goes past on the softer tyre. Maybe Tekkas wants to go for fastest lap, maybe. wants to try and sneak another point in there if he can.
So now Jax is kind of on the back of Toussaint here. He's caught up a little bit. Will he make up more ground in the swimming pool section?
Oh.
There's a Holland in the pits now.
Oh yeah, Holland is now into the pits.
He's got plenty of the gap to try to go for a bit of a fast run.
Yeah, looks like that's what he's going to try and do. Try and bag a point if he can. For fastest lap, Tekkas picks up a 3-second time penalty. Woody, sorry, you missed the K off the end of look, so you just can I have a loo at penalties? Just curious, but I'll go and have a loo at them now if you want me to. Duchy, 1 penalty. Toussaint, 1 penalty. Jax, 1 penalty. Piero, 3 penalties. Dan Schneider, 2 penalties. Atom, 1 penalty. Joe, 2 penalties. Antelopin, no penalties. Really nice for Antelopin, actually.
Jax has hit the wall in the swimming pool section twice.
Oh, that's unfortunate for Jax.
Both of his end plates off.
Oh, that's really unfortunate for Jax. He was looking to get a podium here. That's unfortunate for him. Holland has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 penalties. Techers has 1, 2, 3 penalties. Thunder has 1, 2 penalties. Before You Die has no penalty, 1 penalty. There you go. That's penalty update.
So yeah, Jax now is pretty major front wing damage, but he's got to try to stay out for 6 more laps.
Critic saying I was expecting more crashes and safety cars. Has there been a safety car yet? No, we've only had. There should have been a safety car, Quick but we only had
virtual safety cars.
We only had 1 VSC. Well, we've had 2 VSCs in total, but that should have been a full safety car before when MQD crashed.
Was it Georgia? Had a red flag, so. Oh, it's getting really bad for Jax.
Is he really struggling now with the wing damage? Oh, he is a bit.
He's actually holding up the lap car now.
Lap car might be able to unlap himself. Is it the lap car? Wait, it's not
Holland.
Is it Holland? Yeah, it is. Oh god, it's Holland there. Just battling wheel to wheel. Oh, he's in Jax! Jax almost lost it there. God, that could have been dangerous.
Could have been able to hold it steady if he wasn't too aggressive, but now I think Piero might catch him here for 4th. Could even lose 5th here not before long.
Mr. Gavranovic with the comment of the day. Gavra puts, yes, it's boring, but at least it's clean. It's very true, actually. It has actually been really clean, hasn't it, Siphon? I mean, between drivers. I mean, obviously the drivers have had a lot of individual mistakes, but between the drivers, it actually has been very clean.
Of course, of course.
Jax is really struggling.
Jax is just hitting the wall every turn now.
Yeah, he seems to be really struggling in that racing point.
Here comes Piero.
Is Jax going to come into the pits? Surely now. Yeah, in he comes. So Piero not having to battle with him. Piero back up into the podium positions. It could be
up into 4th now.
Could be a AlphaTauri 1-3 here. Atengrin has salvaged a little bit out of this race, actually, Siphonite. He's had a better...
He might pass him too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Atengrin's actually had a lot better second half of this race than he did in the first half, definitely. So he's actually up into 5th now, so there goes Atengrin. Up back into 5th place, salvaging something for the Mercedes team. There will be the AlphaTauris who will gain back a gap in the constructors between the Mercs. So the AlphaTauris bring back a few points in the constructor standings, especially. Dutchy will be bringing back quite a few points, bringing gap down to Atengrin, as that gap was round about 30 points-ish, I believe, between Atim and Play Dutchy. 1st and 2nd in the championship. So this one, a real big mix-up in the championship here. And one of the Renaults is going to get a point.
Yeah, won't that be the story of the day? Something Williams still can't do this year. Yeah, I went there.
Poor Williams. I personally think George Russell might get a point at some point this season. Do you not think? He qualified 11th like twice. So if you put that in reality, he does stand a better chance. Especially he stands a lot better chance than Latifi of getting a point.
Well, Latifi was also up there at Monza, wasn't he? So I don't know. It's so difficult to tell when it comes to F1. So
yeah, it's a difficult one. Dan Schneider's got the fastest lap at the moment, a 1 minute 11.1.
Oh, Jax is actually battling Adam for 5th place. So Jax actually caught back up to him.
Yeah,
Jax fresh soft tires.
Yeah, I was gonna say he does have the fresh soft tires. Will we see it overtake? To the outside! Is he going to go around the outside? He's going to squeeze at him. They're going to go wheel to wheel. A little bit of contact there between the two of them. Jax picked up wing damage off of that.
So much for Adam getting into 5th. Jax recovered that pretty well. Of course, Adam on pretty much 20-lap-old mediums.
Jax does have a little bit of wing damage now, so we'll have to struggle a little bit of that. Dutchy, 17-second gap to Toussaint. Toussaint 3.7 seconds behind to Piero. Toussaint will just be wanting to hold him off as much as he can here, but Piero's on those fresh to the softs, so be going a lot quicker than the Merc ahead of him. Oh, sorry.
Adam's still keeping pace with Jax, just a bit.
Yeah, I think Jax's wing damage is.
Oh, Jax really slow. A bit of jumping connection there for him.
Yeah, it looked like it. Oh, it's a vote for driver of the day in the chat, guys. Quite a lot of people voting Toussaint, actually. If I just show you the quick position changes, Toussaint actually up 3 positions. Holland from the back of the grid to 9th. Antelopen up 5 positions as well. AB Tekers up 5 positions.
And
Nice.
possibly going to bring home a point.
Yes, Tekers might be able to get his first point the first point for the whole Renault team. At the moment, it is Toussaint leading 57% of the vote. Make sure you get your vote in the chat, guys, for driver of the day. While we wait for the end of this race, and might as well, here's Siphon out, ride on board with the leader of the race as he's going to come round the final corner for the final time in this, not for the second, no, for the penultimate time, sorry, penultimate time in this race. He comes up now towards turn 1, keeping it nicely there. He's on 27 lap all mediums, so done the normal soft to medium strategy now around through Massenet. A little bit slower than he normally would be through the casino. He comes down now towards Mirabeau. A little bit of a lock-up into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Through Mirabeau Bass. Now through Portier. Into the famous Monaco Tunnel. Probably round about the fastest part you will get on this track. It's down into the heavy braking zone of the Nouvelle Chicane. Just be careful of all the walls everywhere on this track. Now comes through Tobacco called there, because I think there used to be a tobacco shop on that corner, I believe. I don't know if there still is, can't remember. As he comes now through swimming pool section, up towards Rascasse. Now through Anthony Nogues, and it is going to be this man who will take his second win of the season. It is going to be Play Duchy for the AlphaTauri team to take the win here. Let's see who's going to come around and cross the line next. I believe it looks to be
Thunder in the Renault and Toussaint.
Oh, it is, yes.
Piero, who caught up to him just at the last lap, actually.
Has been. Can Piero get the move done? I think Piero's got more penalties, so Thunder coming across the line and take 11th. Toussaint will come across the line and take 2nd. Piero, the other AlphaTauri, will take 3rd. So a really good day for the AlphaTauri team. A bit of a mixed one for the Merc team. Dan Schneider, yep, getting 4th place. His teammate Jax, bit of a mixed race from him. As he's picked up a lot of wing damage though. Hasn't gone too great for him as he qualified on pole position. But he's going to come through Anthony Nogues and take 5th. Atengrin, the other Merc, it has not been his day today. The championship leader is going to come round and take 5th.
He will get 5th, actually.
5th on penalties. Joe will come across the line after he had damage at the start of the race. Actually did a 2-stop in this one. Takes 7th. Well done to him for making the 2-stop work. Holland, his teammate, getting 9th. Getting some points there.
Getting 8th.
Antelope into the line, and here it is! The first points for the Renault team, and Tekers will come across the line and take 10th place, and that is the Renault's first points of the season here in Monaco.
Yes, a very, very intense test of skills for everyone involved. Just making it to the end of this race is a challenge in itself, really.
It's well done to all the drivers for keeping it clean between each other. Very nicely done, but it is in the end. Toussaint did win Driver of the Day in the comments, so Toussaint getting second place and getting Driver of the Day as well. But there is your winner, Play Duchy. Second win of the season. He's going to try and take that fight to Appengrid as best he can. And it's a good start here in Monaco, trying to close that gap down as much as possible. And that gap really would have closed down now, actually. I can imagine it's going to be close going into the next race, which will be in Austria. Thank you, Cypherlight, for joining me in this interesting one.
Of course. Well, who are you going to give Driver of the Day to?
I probably would. Toussaint did start in 5th and got 2nd. I think he did definitely. The comments were correct on that one. I think Antelopen done really well as well, 13th to 7th. Holland also 16th to 9th. So there was a lot of good performers today. A lot of people missing out quite a lot.
Yep. I was going to give it to Antelopen as well. Just, keeping it clean. That's what you do around Monaco. That's what's got him some decent points for Williams.
Definitely. And Antelopen in 7th place there. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. No, as the tech is in the chat saying, GG's no safety car. Yeah, there was no full safety car, surprisingly. So well done to all of the Super League drivers for keeping it mostly clean and keeping those individual mistakes very low, and it was actually very, very clean between all the drivers. I don't think there was any incidents really at all between anyone from what I saw. So make sure you join us next week, same time, but we are in Austria for that one, as all the leagues will be back again next week in the Austrian Grand Prix. Make sure you join us this weekend on Sunday, where we'll be in Brazil, Interlagos for the weekend league. And thanks to Gav and his team for doing what they do best. Thank you, Cyphernet, again. It's been a pleasure.
Yep.
And we will see everyone next week in Austria.
See you then.